Hi Virgo, welcome to your Harsh Truth reading for February 29th through February 12th. Get that right? Yeah. I've been shuffling off camera here. Okay. Oh, no cups. Yay. Satisfaction and fulfillment with where you are in a relationship or with your life or both. What you have achieved just far is very emotionally fulfilling. Perhaps that's on your mind. Strength of Swords, Knight of Cups, the Sun, Ace of Cups. Wow, look at that. Nice. Okay, so you don't want there to be an ending. No kidding. I think this is about you wanting it to be like, all right, we're a strong couple, or we've got the strength to see ourselves through this. We're just kind of going through it right now. What's this strength about? This is about there's probably been like some spirited debate, shall we say, or like some bickering, or just things have gotten heated. But you're really hoping that the relationship is strong enough to withstand it. There might have even been a separation or a withdrawal, but hoping that time and the love and feelings for each other will withstand this, see you through. What's this strength about? Okay, so I feel like you're hoping that this is a rough patch, Virgo. I feel like you're thinking, okay, somebody's being really kind of off their rocker, being really controlling, and this is, for some of you, it might be like, oh, we're in that phase again. We're in this. It's like a cycle. Like this is kind of predicted behavior. You've been here before with this person. But because this speaks to it happening suddenly, so this could be dealing with somebody who has to address mental health issues, because we've got controlling, domineering, emotionally manipulative behavior, and it looks like it happens suddenly. So for some of you, it could be that. For others of you, it could be that there's, out of the blue, it feels like something's happened, like out of nowhere. You're just like, whoa, wait, what? And there's been a falling out. The relationship is not on good terms emotionally. It's not stable. There's not that emotionally open, generous communication and exchange. In fact, somebody's being really probably cold, and you're like, what's going on? And it could be a Leo. It could be also, too, though, that you're hoping that, like I said, the relationship is strong enough to handle this period of instability. That's what makes me think it's a mental health issue, or that somebody needs to address it. Because this is like out of the blue, out of nowhere, and then we've got emotional instability. So hoping that this relationship can withstand it, that it's not in fact an ending. In reality, it's someone needs a break. Someone is tired and exhausted and needs a break. What's this Four of Swords about? Yeah, there's disappointment about an ending. Okay, so I think it feels like an ending. I don't think there is an ending. Well, honestly, I think it feels like an ending, but I don't think there's been an ending. I think there's disappointment and sadness over what's transpired, because this really does feel like it's out of the blue and like, holy crap, what just happened? And this is disappointment and sadness over the relationship being in crisis. I think it feels like innocence lost. It feels like everything was great, and then all of a sudden this happened, and now I don't know what to think. For some of you. For others of you, like I said, this could be cyclical, like out of nowhere, all of a sudden it goes from being this to this, and it's like, oh gosh, okay, we've got to deal with that again. Are you taking your meds? Have you been to your appointments? That sort of thing. But for others of you, this is just out of nowhere. You thought everything was fine, then out of nowhere this happens, and holy cow, we've had this falling out, and I don't know that we can survive it. And right now, I'm just needing a break from all the drama. I'm just really sad. I want to withdraw. I want to be by myself to really think about this. And I'm just really hurt. Perhaps you're hoping that they will come back and apologize, or that you, if this was you that it happened to, you'll be able to come back and apologize. Express your feelings, offer an apology, offer solutions, instead of it happening again. Here's what I know, here's what I can do, that sort of thing. What's this Knight of Cups about? Virgo. What's this Knight of Cups for Virgo? Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. Very innocent. You're hoping that this was kind of like an innocent slip up. Like, okay, we just got a little ahead of ourselves. This is just learning. I didn't know. We're stronger for it. It's fine. Let's just get back to being who we were with each other. That it's just a very sincere, on its face gesture of, I'm sorry. Can we please work it out? I'm very sorry. This could be a Cancerian, also a Cancer person. So I think you're really hoping that somebody will come to you with sincerity and honest emotions and feelings, or you'll be able to offer that to somebody if it was you, an apology, and to express your feelings that you do care, that I do feel like, you know, you are a person and I really want to work things out with you. What's this sun about? What's this sun? When I saw this in this position, I feel like this is about, okay, both of these are Leos. Sun and strength are Leo. But I feel like it's, how can I put this? Okay, I feel like with something like this, there's the idea that love and structure and patience and all these things will eventually turn this back around, right? If this is somebody that this is a pattern for them to be emotionally domineering and manipulative and controlling, but then to turn around and when it suits them to be this way again, and then this way, and you just never know. And it's like, that's why I need this break, because I just feel so emotionally manipulated. I wish someone could just tell me how they truly feel, or I wish it could be this sort of steady progression and things would go back to when we first met and it was just wonderful and I was none the wiser and I really felt like we had that forward movement. Instead, now that we're in the thick of it, we've got this longevity, and I'm really hoping that can see us through these times when it gets like that. If this is what we're talking about here, when I saw this, it made me think that this is the realization that it's always going to be like this. Like this is illuminated. This is it being brought to light, that this indeed is how it's always going to be with this person. And you don't want to know that. You don't want to realize that. You don't want that being illuminated, shall we say. And because of that, having to end the marriage, like being made aware of this, and then it calls the marriage or the commitment and your faith in this person, your faith in the relationship into question. Okay, so that's what made me think of, like, you don't want to know that. You still want to keep thinking that, you know what, with enough love and structure and working this out and managing it and us being a really strong, united couple, that we can see our way through this. But I think you're afraid that this might be the undoing, because this might not change. Someone that has a predisposition to behave this way, whether it's, you know, mental or brain chemistry, brain wiring, or if it's just their personality, either way, you're hoping that it's not. You don't want to realize that this type of behavior is here to stay, and maybe it's not going to work out because of that. Okay, that's what it made me think of. Anyway, so we have the Ace of Cups here. So let's look at that. What's the Ace of Cups? Because this would suggest love, a love connection here. So what's that all about? Could also be, what's my favorite word? Pregnancy. Because it seems like everything the past month was about, oh, pregnant. All right, what's this Ace of Cups about? Someone coming in. Okay. All right. We've got, this is almost like makeup sex. When there's been this huge upheaval and you're just like, oh gosh, and you're not talking and you're really sad and you think it's over, and they come kicking the door back in with some flowers and a vacation and your favorite this or that, or she makes you this dinner or whatever, and everything's really great and passionate, and you guys are moving forward on the same page again, and it feels just wonderful. It's like that high, But then we have walking away. So this could be, for some of you, it could be a physical move. The person is moving from where they are. They decide to move into you, like they're moving towards you. They're walking away from where they are. They're moving towards you. Could be that. For others, because look at this is positive. We got this, coming in to say I love you, and things happen very quickly. But then we've got walking away. So I feel like for some of you, this might be closing the distance between you. They move in with you, or they move closer to be with you, Virgo. For others of you, let me get another card here. This could be, it's almost like they decide too late. It's like too little too late, because they all of a sudden they have this, they want to make it right. This feels erratic to me. This feels like somebody that's back and forth, up and down. It's not a stable, steady energy. It's somebody that's very roller coastery. So there's a love there, but because it is unstable, or it's kind of all over the place, there's going to be this period of taking a break, of leaving. I don't want to leave, but I have to leave for my own self-respect and sanity to think about what I want to do. I might be back, but right now I need to leave and take a break. So but there's a love connection there. There are feelings, but I don't think you can handle the, we've got both of these here about this sort of really spontaneous, bam, out of the blue. And it's like, I need more than that. I need stability and an emotional connection. It can't just be this high or this passion that we're working off of, What else for this Ace of Cups here? And then I'm going to pull an Oracle card. I think this is about you talking to someone that you trust, whether it's a therapist, counselor, psychologist, family member, close friend. This is you going, you know what? I realize that I love this person. And at first it's great, but I can't keep going back and forth like this. And I need to figure out what to do. And so you enlist wise counsel here. This is you talking to someone. This is you going off in search of a way to stabilize or have some sort of control or normal, again, with the control, good decisions, solid foundation, solid foundation. This is you really wanting to talk to somebody about how to go about that, what you should do, that sort of thing. All right, Virgo. Okay. I think that's, okay. So remember what I said about the realization? I think that's what this is, because I think for so long you've believed one way about this situation with this person. You just taken it on faith because of either what they told you or how you felt about them. And then all of a sudden now you're starting to question it, because I think the experiences with this type of behavior are mounting. And you're like, I think this is more of a pattern. I don't think this is just like someone's going through something for right now. I don't think this is temporary. I think someone is kind of always going to be like this. And it's calling your beliefs about the person, about the connection, about what, love in general, maybe into question here. You're no longer blindly believing things. Now you're starting to question, you're starting to look at, wait, what is here? I don't think it should be this way. And I don't know if I can take much more, because while I love this person, I don't think I can handle the up, down, up, down, up, down. I need to figure out what to do. All right, Virgo, that's what I have for you. I wish you luck with this. I hope it works out. You take care. Thank you for stopping by. Take care.